Hi guys. Today I want to talk about a very particular topic, and it has to do with Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Now, something I noticed in the past couple years, and I'm sure many other people have as well, is that this game's reputation is not very good. People really liked this game at launch, but people nowadays do not like it very much, whether it's because of a certain character. Yeah, it's you. I'm sorry. Whether because of certain characters, gameplay aspects, all of that. And if you're wondering why, I'm talking about it today because I personally love this game and I'm kind of going to defend it. So if you guys like this, please subscribe to the channel and hit the video with the like button because I think 2025 is going to be a great year for the channel. Alright, let's get right into this. I want to tell you guys for Christmas, I actually got a new microphone. I'll also be getting a new camera in the mail in the next couple days. Enough about technology and stuff. Let's start talking about Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and the first thing I want to talk about is the camera system. Whenever I think of Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm sure me and many others think of the camera system. The camera system in this game is pretty unique compared to the first game. There's For starters, there's many more cameras to look at, as well as being able to use the flashlight on each camera, which wasn't available in the first game. Along with that, there's interactable things on the camera, such as the music box. There's also many more cool Easter eggs, which we'll talk about later. A gimmick in the Five Nights at Freddy's games is if you flash the camera on animatronics, it actually stalls them in place for a little bit. Speaking of animatronics, there are much more animatronics in this game compared to the first game. The first game only has 5 if you include Golden Freddy, and this one has 11 if you include the puppet. So there are a ton of things going on, but a lot of these animatronics act the same. And let's talk about the first type of these animatronics. The mask in FNAF2 works on all of the animatronics except for Foxy and the puppet. So every other animatronic in this game is completely fooled by the mask. The only difference between all these animatronics is they enter the office in different routes. You probably are wondering, who is this monster, this annoying character I keep speaking of? What is that? Oh, you. Like I said in the beginning of the video, Toy Bonnie is a character a lot of people hate. I consider him the most hated character in the entire series due to his annoying gameplay gimmick. Whenever you put on the mask, he acts like both the animatronics combined. He appears in the vent at first, and then this long cutscene occurs where he looks at you through the mask, scans you, and then disappears. This whole segment takes an extremely long time and can allow the other animatronics to attack you during this cutscene, including Foxy, which requires you to shine the flashlight and doesn't allow you to wind up the music box at the exact same time. This character can completely ruin your run if his cutscene lasts for too long. Even though people find Toy Bonnie incredibly annoying, he still is one of my favorite FNAF characters. I really like his design, and I don't think it's worthy to hate a character just because their gameplay mechanic is annoying. He does take a lot of time though, but if you're a casual player, he doesn't get in the way that much, and he doesn't ruin the fun from the game. Though if you are playing the Custom Night 1020 hard mode, I can totally see why you find this character incredibly annoying. Anyway, let's talk about the next thing, the camera system. With how many things are going on throughout the night, you really do not have a lot of time to view the camera system. This is kind of sad because the camera system in this game is actually really cool. Each location has a lot of detail put into it, and a lot of these pictures of characters you won't be able to see. There are also some really cool Easter eggs featured in this game, which again, you can't really see that much because you'll be constantly flipping up camera 11 and winding up the music box, with not much room in between to look at the other cameras, due to the constant flow of animatronics rushing into your office. I would say that the cameras in this game are the least useful out of all the FNAF games, which really is a shame, and I think that is a valid argument for why people don't like FNAF 2. Not having much character variety I think is a very valid criticism to have on this game as well. With a lot of the characters acting exactly the same of each other, there's not really much to differentiate them. The only unique ones really being the puppet, Foxy, and then of course the mask animatronics. This is another take I can agree on, but again, I still don't hate the game because I think it brought so many cool characters to the table, with my favorite one probably being one of the Withers. I think the Withered animatronics have really cool and unique designs, and I think they're really confusing because we truly, to this day, do not know their origin. Now, another thing is, a lot of people say this game is not very scary, which again is completely subjective to your type of horror. But I do think there is one character in this game that definitely deserves a mention, and that is none other than Withered Chica. Withered Chica has always stood out to me as a really terrifying character. From when I first played this game, this was easily the character I was most afraid of. Not a lot of people mention this character, but I really do think it deserves a mention because this character is truly peak horror design in my opinion. I think it looks perfectly rotten, it looks broken, its eyes are terrifying, its jaw is open, who knows how its hands lifted off, and this thing is ginormous, and it is just staring at you, it is over your desk, and you are done for if this thing catches you off guard. This is peak horror design in my opinion. The next thing I want to talk about is the lore that was added in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. One of the biggest things Five Nights at Freddy's 2 added were the mini-games. These minigames really showed the true backstory of the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza franchise, and really pushed the limits of fans' minds, with many different theories spawning from this game. Some people say that this was actually a step in the wrong direction, making things too complicated, which I kind of agree on. I think the third game should have more so played along with the story of the second game, instead of making it a completely annoying, scattered puzzle, which I feel like the creator of the game just was writing his ideas down and wasn't really thinking them, planning them out, and was just kind of splicing them all together. And we have this big jumbled mess of lore, which I'm going to be honest, I think is never going to be solved because it's just a bunch of random stuff mixed together when we don't have any confirmation if it's true or not. It is fun to theorize, though, but I do think the lore is kind of silly. But I do think the minigames add a bit of scare to the game, and I do think at this point in the franchise, it was simple enough to the point where it wasn't completely destroying people's minds. Now, one thing I do want to say, and it's my personal theory about Five Nights at Freddy's 2, so sorry if anyone gets mad at my theory, is I think that the Five Nights at Freddy's 1 animatronics are the exact same as the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 animatronics. Scott Cawthon has changed redesigns. For example, Springtrap and Scraptrap look completely different, yet they're the same character. I think the exact same thing is going on with the Withered animatronics. What do you guys think about that? So overall, FNAF 2 was hated because it has some annoying animatronics, lack of the camera systems being useful, and the lore getting overcomplicated. I do agree with some of those takes, but FNAF 2 is still one of, if not my favorite Five Nights at Freddy's game. I love the location, I love the characters, I like what it did to the series, and I really like the song that the music box plays. So, what do you guys think about this? Is FNAF 2 a good game, or is it the worst in the series? I'd love to read your guys' comments as I read each and every single one of them, and I'll try to respond to as many of them as I can. If you guys want to chat a little bit more, I do have a Discord server down in the description, and I'm also doing a fundraiser for the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. We have a goal of $50. So far, we have $20 donated. You're not forced to donate, but it can help children in need. So if you are feeling generous, please consider donating to the St. Jude's Children's Hospital fundraiser I am hosting on my channel. If you guys liked the video, please like, subscribe, as it'll really help, and let me know what you guys want me to talk about next. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.